Hey, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Do you know how we've been seeing Kanye West and his alleged wife, Bianca Censori, walking around the world barefoot? Well, according to a former member of his team, it's for good reason, right? So let me just post up some photos of Kanye and his crunchy toes wandering about. So some of these photos are taken in Italy, some of these photos are taken in the US. It's a lot, right? There's a lot going on here. And so let's kind of get into why exactly it might be that Kanye has decided to go barefoot. Mind you, Kanye is not exclusively going barefoot. He's also been seen walking around in socks as well, like the socks that appear to be some sort of a prototype for a new design that he's working on. So let's get into it. Do you guys know who Jason Lee is? Jason Lee is the creator and founder of Hollywood Unlocked, which is a popular urban blog. I don't want to say blog, it's bigger than that, right? Media hub, I will say. And he actually used to work for Kanye West as well. In fact, Jason Lee spent 7 months working as Kanye's head of media and partnerships until he quit in October. So he's come out of the woodworks to give an interview to Page Six magazine explaining why it is that we are seeing more and more of Kanye's stompers ever since he lost his deal with Adidas. Prior to losing his deal, we used to see him in his sneakers all the time, in his Yeezys, right? So keep that in mind as we get into Jason Lee's explanation. And I quote, I think the fact that people are talking about Kanye's feet shows just how much power he still has in the wake of cancel culture. I think it's a smart and strategic move. I wouldn't be surprised if the next time we saw shoes on his feet, it would be a project that he designed. And as soon as he said that, it all kind of clicked for me. Jason Lee, I think you're right. I do believe that Kanye is drawing a lot of attention to his feet for a strategic reason. And I do believe that he does have another round of shoes coming out. I think the socks are a prototype for something. And we're going to be seeing like a better version of them coming out eventually. And when we get into how he's constantly dressing Bianca in just undergarments as if it's kind of like, all right, this is empty. You know, she's, what do they call that? Carte blanche, tabula rusa, whatever it is, there might be clothes on the way as well. So for now, this is just like a person stripped down. And then eventually, when Kanye's clothes come into the picture, right, via his new clothing line, you're going to be seeing them really, truly step it up in terms of clothing and also in terms of footwear. Listen, Kanye is a lot of things, right? But one of those things is very certainly a visionary, a marketing genius, a musical genius, like a professional attention gatherer and capturer, like wow. And mind you, Jason Lee, having worked with Kanye for nearly a year exclusively on his team, I think that he absolutely knows what it is that he's saying when he says, keep an eye out, right? Y'all thought you canceled Ye. You thought he was going to be done for when he lost that $1 billion deal. Look at all the free press you're giving him around his shoes. Everybody is wondering what he's finally going to put on them to protect them, right? When is he going to start stepping up his footwear? When is he going to have something on them? And now, the moment he wears any pair of sneakers or whatever, we're all going to be talking about how Kanye is finally wearing shoes. I will say though, Kanye, you're very brave to be walking around like this. Like, you know, the amount of people, because the amount of people here in Paris who pee on the sidewalks out in the open. I've been traumatized by this. I'm speaking from experience. The amount of rats that walk around, right? The amount of needles, the amount of people who spit on the floor, and you're walking around with your bare feet. God bless you. It could never ever be me. I know this might be a marketing situation, but even still, God bless you. I don't know how you are doing it. You are very brave, very, very brave. I hope you've got some heavy duty soap, foot sanitizer, whatever it is going on to help you clean up these stompers at the end of the day, because this is just completely and utterly like disgusting and dangerous to be walking around like that. He had his alleged wife walking around barefoot for a little bit too, but for the most part, she prefers to wear whatever these things are and just nylons or whatever, right? It just did not work for B, but Kanye is committed to the bit. One thing that I'm really fascinated by is what's going to go on Bianca. Right now, all we're talking about is how she's always in undergarments. But just you wait, when she finally has on some proper overgarments, it's going to be from a new collection of Kanye's, and I think a lot of people are going to scramble to get it. And yeah, I think it's interesting. Do you guys believe? So there's been a lot of debate lately about whether or not cancel culture is real. Do you think it's real? Was Kanye West legitimately canceled after all of his anti-Semitic, and then the stuff about slavery, like that sort of rhetoric? Was he truly canceled or no? I guess time will tell, right? When Kanye puts on some proper sneakers and if those sneakers sell well. For now, I will say that he was not canceled. He still has a die-hard, core audience base. And his Yeezys are selling so well. Adidas is struggling to truly cut ties with him. They're still selling it. They're claiming that they're going to be donating the proceeds, but I think that is probably the best selling thing they've got in their portfolio. So it has been really hard for them to full blown just, cut their ties with Kanye West, right? So in my opinion, this man has not been canceled. And I believe that Jason Lee, his former advisor, is completely right that he's proving a point, right? We're so obsessed with him. We'll talk about his toes, right? His little piggies. And when he finally covers them up, goes to the market, covers them up with some proper shoes, we will be going crazy. People will be chomping at the bit to get a pair of them. Listen, I never had Yeezys or any of those things. I'm not really a sneaker girl like that. I wear not Keds, but maybe a step above Keds. I wear plain white sneakers, that are just not stylish, not they're just plain, so none of this has ever been my vibe, but I am looking forward to seeing what it is that this man ultimately comes out with and whether or not it sells well. I do think it's going to break certain records, to be honest with you. But I digress. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching and